Let's focus on what we can learn, good, bad, and ugly, from the Italian experience with Mussolini, what it tells us about where we are now.
Mm-hmm. So there are like some fundamental huge differences. There we had a one-party state, and Mussolini was the one who talked first about a totalitarian state where the party is in control of everything. He said everything inside the state, nothing outside the state. Of course, no elections. They had referendums, no opposition of any kind, no criticism. It's something like North Korea today. So today is very different because, many autocrats come to power via elections. Now, Mussolini was appointed by the king. Hitler was also appointed. But today it's elections, and today people keep elections going, and then they game the system. Through voter suppression, through all kinds of tricks,
Right.
media capture. So that's a big difference. It's a big difference. We wouldn't be sitting here.
The
Yeah.
appearance
Yeah.
of free and fair elections.
That's right. It's almost like a simulation. That's why Viktor Orban called it a liberal democracy, to kind of simulate it. Now, but there's a lot of things when you write a book like Strongman that goes over 100 years. A lot of things stay the same, and one of them is the personality cult, the leader cult. The kind of rules of the leader cult it's incredible. They really haven't changed. And Mussolini, who came in almost a decade before Hitler, was the one to really kind of cement these rules, and he was hugely popular in America. So one is that you have to be a man of the people. You're relatable. You're the man everybody wants to be. So Mussolini used to strip his shirt off on camera, which Hitler never did. And so he relates to Putin in that way, a kind of hyper masculinity. But he's also the man above all other men. The man who often is acclaimed as a kind of semi-deity. And so they have a collusion with the church, that says that they're there by the will of God. So you're the everyday man, but you're the man who's untouchable. And that really hasn't changed in 100 years.
Wow. Almost every sentence you said is resonating, I'm sure, not only with me, but with everybody listening. So let's talk about some of the things you just said. The man of the people, does that count even if you're a billionaire and you're is there any metaphor, analogy to other fascist leaders?
Yeah, so it's all about how you market yourself. And if you market yourself as a populist, it doesn't matter. And you may be a billionaire, but you're going to take care of the little people. So when Trump came and he said, you were forgotten and you're forgotten no longer. I love you. This is the kind of outreach that makes people think, well, yeah, they may be a billionaire and they could admire him for being successful, but he's also cares about the little man. And that is, of course, a fraudulent, thing. And people find out too late that that's actually not the case.
I think a lot of people may be in that process of finding out economically,
so.
At least right now. And but
they are.
Please.
Yeah, this is a really interesting time because when you have a successful personality cult, and Trump has one, and we've been in this for 10 years. Like it's 10 years since he said I could stand on Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and I wouldn't lose any followers. And that statement, I was already writing a little bit about Trump, but that statement is what really galvanized me to say, I have a skill set here. I understand fascism. This is a fascist statement. And I have to warn the American people. I have to start my whole civic education thing. So when you have especially in a one-party state like Mussolini's or Hitler's, etc., it's very hard for people to come to terms with the truth because they don't hear the truth. Yeah. So in those countries, it took being bombed by the Allies and starting to lose the war, where people had family members. They knew that military people were coming home with no legs, or they weren't coming home at all. So that's what it took. But here we're in a process where we're starting to fit the conditions under which today's studies say that people start to wake up. And one is blatant corruption. If the government and the leader are just getting really rich, that was partly why Viktor Orban lost and had to concede. Another is autocratic overreach. Either the state is on the streets being openly brutal, and we have ICE, or they're actually, we don't discuss this enough, they're just absent because these people don't care. They're in power to get rich and to amass more power. So, and then the third is that when they cause hardship, economic hardship, and we are getting in that zone, and so people are starting to wake up and say, well, this isn't what I voted for.